Welcome back, all my free thinkers. Grow rich, grow happy. Guys, I'm about to talk about Zebek. And I must say, I've never had this long of a run talking about one particular cryptocurrency every day. I haven't. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them being sometimes, it's not a lot to talk about with certain crypto, unless you go dig. But the thing about Zebek is there's something going on with them, at least right now, every single day that's worth telling you guys about, at least in my opinion. You guys let me know down below, what do you think of the Zebek content, as it's really not a struggle to talk about it. And that makes me bullish. It continues to make me bullish. And I truly believe a lot of projects out there could take a cue from these guys on how to stay relevant or make yourself relevant, get in the news, because the more people that hear about you, the more you're going to grow. And that's one of the things I like about them. They are not afraid of the spotlight, and they're really just taking this thing to new bounds. Now, I could have covered this yesterday, but during my time in the studio, this news actually came out and content was already made. I didn't want to go back, so I'm going to cover it today. But and that's great because it gave me a chance to really review some things. So we're going to be talking about Zebek and another partnership that you guys need to pay attention to, because it leads us off into another cryptocurrency that I've covered on this channel like summer last year. I've been following this particular project for a long time, and to see them link up with Zebek has really just got my mind going. So guys, if you like content, crypto content, and you're trying to understand it, and you're not trying to hear a bunch of fluff, you just want to hear the facts, understand crypto and what you hold, and learn little things about what you should be looking for in a good crypto project, then you're in the right place. This is Grow Rich, Grow Happy, the land of the free thinkers. Guys, the only thing I ask when you come here, do not be tribal about your cryptos. Take your mind, step out the box. You're going to have that out the box mentality if you're going to be in here and truly thrive. Only thing I ask of you, smash that like button for me. Give me a subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that you don't miss a video. And while you're at it, take advantage of the 10% deal on crypto wallets down below. My favorite and the only one that's down below is the Tangent wallet. I use it every day. And by the way, I picked up a small bag of Zebek last night. I watched that dip, and I scooped in like the Packet Man, and I grabbed some more. I'm just stacking here and there. Pretty soon, I think like maybe $150, close to $150, you can get like 100,000 Zebek tokens. And I see that number dwindling, and you're not going to be able to get that many. So this is not financial advice, but when the market is down, that's when you buy. Take advantage of the Tangent card below. That's where I get my Zebek. I'll swap it, or that's how I get it. And that's where I hold it. Get 10% off. It does go to support the channel. Now let's talk, guys. Let's talk about this monumental deal. And I'm going to show you a short video of what the founder said that got me thinking, man, I didn't even think that far out with Zebek. That's going to make you guys even more bullish. So guys, you're gonna want to see this. I'm going to jump right over to it. But before I do, I'm letting you know I'm taking you over to my X account. Look down below on the banner right now on the right hand side. It's at Mr. Foresight 64. Also, it's in the description as well. Make sure you give me a follow on there, because I'm always posting relevant stuff, especially about crypto. So check that out. And I'm going to show you a couple of things, and we're going to be talking about this token that they've linked up with, which is called Propy. Those of you who've been a part of the community for a while, you know what Propy is. It is that real estate token. I've always liked it. It was a little bit high for where I wanted it, and seeing them link up now, it's like, you got to be kidding me. So anyway, we're going to check this out, guys. So let's jump over here, and I'm over on my X account. Make sure you check me out over there. So this right here, I ran across today, and I posted this today on my account. As you see, I said a blind man can see that zbcn tokens is the future. Yes. And this is the founder right here, Sam. And I want you guys to hear what he had to say. Let me take it down. Listen to this. Listen to this, guys, what he says about Zebek. This is insane. Check this out. It's something I hadn't thought of. Make sure I got my stuff up. I want you guys to hear this. Check this out.
Runs on pay cycle, right? The fact that we have 14 days pay cycle or 30 days pay cycle is the reason behind we have the concept of credit, right? So in a world in which everyone is being paid in real time, the concept of credit itself is going to evolve. So now your credit history is not going to be the same as the traditional credit history where you're like, you have 800 or 820, whatever the score that is, that's based on how you were able to pay or every 30 days or every 45 days, right? So now your pay cycle and the credit cycle is going to be how many cents you are earning every second and how many of those cents you are able to pay back for your debt and things like that. That's going to be a complete new pyramid in terms of credit, right? And knowing you are able to pay in real time, your interest rate is actually going to go down because now you're much more reliable for the lenders, right? But in the same time, it's also like an interesting opportunity for you because now you're also receiving your money faster. So you're able to compound the money faster, and in the same time, your interest rates are going down as well. So it actually brings efficiency in the market, and efficiency in the capital market is actually one of the biggest thing that would drive a completely new like type of innovation. In fact, the things that can be built on top of Zebek, we haven't even thought of yet, right? Like, just the baseline itself is so exciting. Imagine one day paying for your Netflix by the second, only paying for the seconds of the content that you have watched, right? And it will basically start bringing capital efficiency in almost any type of products here that is out there. So right now we're focusing on payments, but over the time it will open payments like outside of payroll, like to subscription and other markets as well.
Guys, do you understand what he's saying? That is a big deal. So basically what he's saying is this. Right now, the way things are set, those of you who have credit cards, high debt, and things of that nature, a lot of us, everybody, a lot of times you get paid either by month or, by weekly, things of that nature. Therefore, you may pay your bills once a month for a lot of people, or maybe they may pay something on a credit card every 2 weeks. And, based on that, your score is affected. Imagine, and that's what they're saying, with the way Zebek operates and you're getting your money, around the clock, you could pay a little bit here and there on your credit, which makes you actually more reliable in the eyes of a lender, because they see you like, wow, you're paying like every 2 days or every 3 or 4 days versus somebody who's paying a lot further out. That is monumental. I'm surprised I didn't think about that on how, we talk a lot about Zebek and how to use it, but we don't bring in that debt and how you can pay it off. Same with Netflix. He's saying on down the line in the future, which I love that he's thinking that far out. These are the things you want to look at when you're looking at investing, guys. What's the long-term future looks like for this asset. So he's saying with Netflix, same thing. They might actually start, payment systems like this could branch over into subscription-based things that we have that we probably take for granted. You know how much Netflix is a month. What if it was you pay by how much content you actually consume, and that's linked in somehow, bridged over with Zebek. Guys, can you imagine? So I think that's great. I love the long-term vision that he has on the company. And guys, this is why I keep snatching it up. Now, I'm going to scroll down because here's the thing that I actually started this video about. And this is it right here. I posted this actually yesterday, and it says, I've been following Propy since the earlier last year. Really like this project. Now, this is, and for some of you on this channel, this might be new to you, but this is one I actually believe in too. They're actually the first to do it, a real estate company where you can buy with crypto. And Grant Cardone, I don't know, a lot of you can just look him up. Grant Cardone is like a millionaire, maybe even close to a billionaire, a real estate mogul. And he was one of the first to use Propy to sell one of his Miami $1 million homes. And you can buy, and you can buy with crypto, and the person who's selling it, they can receive funds in crypto. So I think this is where everything is going with blockchain. The title and all of that is kept online on blockchain. Therefore, you don't really need a third party like a real estate agent or anything to get involved, because with blockchain, you got smart contracts. And when someone signs one of those smart contracts, it just kicks it over to the next deal. So this is just the future of crypto, guys. So Propy is a good one to watch out for too. But this is their partnership right here. Check this out.
Propy is a leading US-based crypto company that is disrupting the traditional real estate industry by bringing titles and transactions on-chain. Could you tell us a little bit about Propy's story and your track record here in America?
Of course. So, we are that leader and pioneer in bringing real estate transactions on-chain. The whole vision was aiming to revolutionize the industry through blockchain technology. And actually, year to date, we've done over $4 billion in real estate transactions with our partners across the US. So our journey also includes milestones such as the world's first real estate NFT sale in Ukraine, and then subsequently the US's first real estate NFT sale in Tampa, Florida. So it's definitely exciting to see this paradigm shift go to support at an institutional and governmental level across the board.
Guys, at some point I was like, man, these guys, is there any end to how they can link up with people? So check this out. Now, I just want to show you guys, for the newcomers, this is actually Propy. I'm on their website right now. I'll pin it down below. Right now, I believe they're in Colorado. They're in Miami, not Miami, but they're in Tampa, Florida. That's where they first got their start, and a couple other cities as well. They're branching out. But since I've heard about them, I don't even remember, like, Colorado, I don't think being on there. It might have been on there. But anyway, always, we've been talking a lot this week, guys, about mentorship. And we've been talking a lot this week about just advisors and venture capitalists. If you come down here, these are the people who's involved with Propy. You got Barry Enderwick, who's from Netflix. He actually got in on the startup of Netflix, I believe, in 2001. He's a part of it, so he sees the vision. He sees how to build companies. And you got Daniel Kotke from Apple. He was actually, his history is, he was actually a college roommate, I believe, of Steve Jobs. And they trekked all across the world and different things on a spiritual journey. You know how Steve Jobs was. But he's been mentioned in some of the movies. And Steve Wozniak, the actual guy who created the computer, Apple, he actually gave him, this particular guy, some of his shares. This is back in the earlier days. This guy actually worked as part of Apple's very first company. He worked there. So he has a deep history too, as in seeing startups and how things can go. And of course, everyone knows who Steve Draper is, venture capitalist. So you see the people here. You see three lovely ladies here. They are pretty much the founder and CEOs of Propy. So I just think, guys, check them out. This is a big deal. And I'm going to go over here because I want to show you something else. I want to show you actually Propy. And we're going to, I want to show you something. Because right now they're 68 cents. The high on them, guys, were, and they actually sold on Coinbase as well. But the high on these particular guys, let me see over here, is $6.15. When I first brought them to the community, they was maybe like $1, I believe. So, with all the tariffs and stuff, they've come down. And I actually thought about buying some more of them. And I hadn't even heard any, updated news or anything going on. You snooze, you lose. I didn't. But when things was crashing, I was looking at projects that I really believed in, and we had a low of 46 cents. I knew some of the community members back when I brought it to you guys before took advantage. I don't know if you guys are still holding it, but this is one to definitely keep your eyes on, guys. Crypto is really just getting started, and this is where everything is going. Everything's going to blockchain, real world assets. So Propy is a company to watch. Their rank number 439, guys, and of course you got Zebek right here. I took advantage last night, and I actually bought some more. I just seen a slight dip in the market and picked up a few. So guys, let me know, what do you think? What do you think of this content on Zebek? Are you guys tired of hearing about them yet? Again, I see the news. I see things that are relevant. I know we got beginners here, and I'm just trying to show you guys, bring you value assets. And this is just one that there's no end to how much news is put out, the good, the bad, the ugly with these guys. They're out there. They put it out. And I just think the sky's the limit with these guys, and you have to think long term. That's why I'm glad their founder Sam actually said what he said about credit. Guys, let me know down below, what do you think of this partnership with them and Propy? Do any of you hold Propy? Do any of you guys hold Propy in the community? Down below, let me know. If so, how many you got? Not trying to get in your business, but I'm just curious how long you've been in them. And what do you think about Zebek? This whole outlook that Sam just gave us, with looking forward with how you'll be able to increase your better your debt to O ratio while improving your credit score. Let me know down below, guys. See you next one. This your boy. I'm out.